good to go. It's Tuesday morning, we're here milking together, and we're just about finishing up. We have about, I don't know, 20 minutes or half an hour yet. It's starting to get light out a lot earlier. We're about, I think around the 20th of June is the longest day of the year for us. It's daylight hours. So. Getting light around 5 or quarter after. It's about quarter after 6 right now here in the morning. But yeah, we probably have, I don't know, 40 cows or so out here yet to milk. We're working on some fans here in our freestall barn today. We have 7 48-inch panel fans here in the middle row of freestalls. And then over along the feed lane side, we have 7. Yeah, I think it's 7. Actually, there's 8. There's 8 there on the feed lane side of 36-inch cage fans blowing right on the cows when they're eating. And 2 of the 48-inch panel fans, the blades got messed up on them. The one, I know a bird went through. I'm assuming that's what happened to the other one, but don't know for sure. Here's the new blade that we're trying to get put on. We got the old blades off. For some reason, we're having trouble getting this new one slid on the shaft. It looks like it's the right size. My son just went to get one of those little things you check the size of the shaft with. I forget what they're called. But yeah, we'll see if that's the right size. I sure hope it is. We're supposed to just slide on the shaft, and then there's a roll pin. There's a hole there in the shaft. There's a roll pin that goes down through it. So we got the side grinder and cleaned the end up a little bit. Hopefully they'll slide on now. We got the fan blades all changed and they're working good. We'll help keep the cows a little cooler. It's definitely been getting warmer here in Pennsylvania this week. I don't know if it hit the 90s yet, but it's been awful close. It's always interesting to me how that, like, when you do a video of a fan running, it looks like it's going really, really slow. Like you can see the blade spinning on the fan, but the fan itself, when you look at it running, you can't even see the blade. It's going that fast. But yeah, anyway, the old fan blades were 6 blades on the fan. These are only 4, but they're tilted a little more. And I believe they almost put out more air than the 6-blade ones did. I was having trouble finding any 6-blade ones and found these. They're pretty heavy duty made. They didn't look like they would get bent up so quick from if a bird did go through them. So hopefully that's the case. So yeah, we put these fans in back when we built the freestall barn. That would have been in 2001, so 23 years ago. And that's the first fan blades we had to change. They were actually used fans when I found them at a sale. They weren't even new fans, but we've had to change a few motors on them or get a few motors rebuilt, probably. I'm not sure if we put any new motors on or not, but the actual fan blades themselves, that's the first ones we've ever had go bad. Anyhow, got that all done. Yeah, well, we have something here today that we don't ever like to do, but it's part of life sometimes. We're gonna have to replant a bunch of our early beans. We'd had all that cloudy, rainy weather we were talking about, and the slugs have been eating them up. This is a field here. All of the early stuff we had planted about 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, about 70 acres total. And yeah, they're pretty much chewed them off. Soybeans that we plant on double crop triticale, we had started to wait and spray till after we take or till they're up about 6 or 8 inches. Then we only have to spray them once. So that's why you still see a lot of triticale and some weeds in here too. But anyhow, yep, that's part of it though. The triticale that we had taken off early, probably 3 weeks ago, and the beans that we planted in those fields, it's about 70 acres that we're going to have to replant. And what we planted later here just a week or 10 days ago, I'm hoping that's okay because they're just starting to come through good. Yeah, a lot of this soybeans, they were chewing them off as they were coming up. It's kind of crazy. They like bit the stem and then they broke off. But anyhow, it's part of farming and part of life, and seed companies do give you a reduced rate on the seed, so that sure is a plus. It's kind of hard to know what's the best thing to do here, but I mean, like, here's a section. You can see the row of beans right here, and most of them are okay, but then here's another row right beside it that most of them are missing, and right there's some slug damage on them leaves. They chew holes in the leaves. They either bite the stems off or chew holes in the leaves. Well, they do both actually. And yeah, then here's a big section, a row where there's nothing there, and then there's 2 plants. They should be about anywhere probably 3 inches apart on average. There's another one that's got the holes chewed in the leaves. There's some sections in the field, just the whole area is nothing there hardly, and then there's spots here where it's kind of sporadic. So I guess we're just going to go through and replant the whole thing. This field here is only 10 acres. This field probably definitely has a lot better population than the rest of them. Normally we plant our beans at 140 to 160,000 population. Usually that 140, 145 is a good average. And our seed rep was here this morning. In that one field, he said we probably have 30 to 50,000 population left. So it's not even about a fourth of what we normally would want. So yeah. Anyhow, we're early enough in the season we can replant and we'll be okay, and shouldn't hurt our yield any. There's another plant. You can see where the leaves are chewed up. If they just chew the leaves up a little bit like that, they'll come back and be okay usually. I'm not seeing any in this field where they actually bit the stem off much. If I find one, I'll try to do a video of that too. There's a leaf where they really chewed up and messed it up. There's another one. Right here's one. I'm not sure if this is going to show up on video, but there's a little bit of a stem sticking out right there where my finger is. That's where there's one where they bit the whole stalk off and would have chewed it up and ate it. And I seen one here earlier. I wasn't videoing when I seen that, where they actually bit it off and it was laying there right beside the stem yet. It's kind of all wilted down, but it wasn't totally dead. But yeah. There's some more leaves all chewed up. There's a bunch on that plant. Yeah, here's a row. It's still got pretty good population here, about 4 to 6 feet. But there you'll see one where they chewed on a couple leaves, or the one leaf. Then there's 3 or 4 plants where nothing's chewed. Then there's a couple that are all chewed up on the leaves. Then here's a couple pretty nice ones. And then if you look right here, there's another stem. Right there where my finger is, there's another stem that was bit off. And so yeah, no really rhyme or reason to it, but that's the way it is. Yeah, I'm out here now in this field where we seen it the first. It's the worst, and there's a little plant that should be way taller than that and really leafy. And if you come out this row, right here's the row, there's just nothing there. There's a piece of the stem sticking right there that they chewed up pretty good. I guess you can see that. Here's another little plant that's all chewed up. Yeah, there's just nothing here. Well, here's one now that's, yeah, just completely chewed up. There's another small one. You come on out the row here. There's another one. Yeah, we went probably 10 to 12 feet in this row, and what, we've seen 5 or 6 plants. Right there's a little bit of a stem of one that was chewed off, and it's all gone. Here I just seen another one. It's left right there. It's all chewed up. There's hardly anything left. Yeah, this whole big section. Now over here's a row. There's still some of them there, but they're all chewed up. Now there's a section right there's the stem of one that's chewed up. Yeah, here's a couple now, the leaves. Then here again, there's a whole big section of row. There you can see another stem of one that's all chewed and bit up. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, that ain't even quite through the ground. They had bit the stem off there. They bite the stem and then it don't have enough strength to push it on out of the ground. And anyway, we always say every year is a different story with different challenges, and I guess this is our challenge for this year, or one of them. Yeah, here's a couple plants. That one's all chewed up. These are half decent, but then the bottom leaves are all chewed up and bit up looking. And so yeah, this field, like I said, this field out here is the worst. There's almost, I don't even know if we'd have 10% of the plants left in this field. So yeah, that's the way it is. It's part of the challenges of farming. You do what you can and do the best you can, and when things like this happen, just replant and do the best you can and keep on going. And yeah, I think I had mentioned earlier, it's early enough in the season that it won't affect the yield. Shouldn't anyways. Hopefully we'll get rain and we do the best we can when we plant, as far as getting it in the ground and fertilizing things right and doing the best. But we got to let the rest up to the Lord to send us rain, and when he sees fit, and pray that we'll get a good crop. Every year's a different story. Some years the slugs will really hit the corn pretty hard, but this is our earliest planted corn, or it's our second field I think my son planted. Yeah, it's getting up there. It's about knee high. Yeah, it's looking really good, but you can see the slugs were working on it a little bit. If you see these leaves down here toward the bottom, the top ones came out of it. But yeah, it's getting tall enough now, it ain't gonna affect it. But yeah, here's some leaves that are really chewed up by the slugs. And over here's a section. Yeah, you can see some slug damage on these top leaves here. But yeah, it's tall enough. Oh, there's a plant they chewed up really bad. But it's tall enough that it'll take off and grow, and it'll be fine. There's another field out here I need to look at that I think it'll be okay, but you can definitely tell they were hitting it pretty hard. But yeah, this field here is looking really good. Yeah, here's a little bit of a video of another spot in that field. I was showing you some of the slug damage, but yeah, as you look out across to this, is just, yeah, really looking tremendous here at this point. It's got a good stand and it's really got good color to it. So hopefully the Lord will keep sending us rain all summer, and we'll keep praying for that and trust in the best. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit of a video out across of how our early corn's looking. Yeah, I'm out here in another cornfield now. Boy, the slugs are really working this stuff over. There's spots in the field anyhow. Yeah, there's one plant that and probably won't survive. Yeah, these, I think if we keep getting some heat, they'll come out of it. Yeah, there's a big section here. Then if you look right over there, that's what it should look like, that big section there. But as you look out across the field, there's just spots here and there. Like right over there's one that you can definitely see some bite marks on the leaves on some of that taller corn. Then you come over 4 or 6 rows, and yeah, they just got 6 or 8 rows right here that they really worked over. But yeah, I think if we get some sun and heat here for several days, and this here field will be okay. They get ahead of it and should be fine, but we might have a little lower population in a few of these spots where it's the worst. But yeah, even this taller stuff, you can tell, man, they like, there's one, they just really stripped them leaves all up. There's a leaf, there's just a lot of stuff destroyed there. But then the top leaves, yeah, there's still some bite marks, but they're coming out of it. And I don't see any spot in this field yet that didn't have some slug damage as far as bite marks on it. Now, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Right here's a couple rows that's really coming out of it good and looking pretty good. Then right here's a row that's gonna be 8 or 10 feet, and them 2 rows it's hardly gonna be anything left. These ones that they really chewed down like this, yeah, if they don't die, they won't amount to a whole lot. But yeah, I don't think we'll have to replant any of the corn, but there is spots that they're really working over. Yeah, if you look on up ahead there, it looks pretty good. This field over here on the other, there's a lane here that divides these 2 fields. That was the first corn we planted right over there, and it's really looking nice. And we had a really nice week, or actually 2 weeks of weather there, the end of April into the first week of May, and we got some of our corn planted in. Yeah, there is some slug damage on this though. The more I'm walking over here and looking at it. Yeah, but it's getting tall enough, it's coming out of it. But anyway, this taller field here and the other one I showed you there earlier, they're the 2 we had planted. Oh, we might have had another one planted then too. I'm trying to remember, because I think we had over 100 acres. But then we came back, then we had a week of rainy weather, and we came back and planted this later. And yeah, this is the difference of planting about 2 weeks time, 10 days to 2 weeks time. But it'll still be fine. It's just that I'm not sure why this, oh, I should say this yet. This corn over here popped up and took off, and it was kind of warm. But then until we got this other field over here planted, it was kind of cloudy and cool for a couple weeks, and it didn't come up near as fast as this others did that was planted earlier. And see, it all makes a difference. Yeah, if you look across here, you can just see, like right here, it's, you can see the bite marks on it, but it don't look too bad. But right on over there, it's a section right there, right on that side of that ridge where they really worked it over. Corn here don't look too terrible bad. That where we took the woods out and cleared this field out, it might not be quite as nice as the field that's right beside it, but it is looking really nice. I'm on back here in the corner of this field, and yeah, it looks really nice back here. If you look out across there, you can see a few spots that are maybe a little shorter, but yeah, it's all part of it. Overall, it's looking really good. We're in the last field that we're replanting some of the soybeans. Talking about a chance of some showers here tonight. Not sure if it'll get quite done or not, but we'll see. But this corn planter has what they call row shut off for a wider planter like that. Like on the headlands, when you turn around, you can stick it down and it won't start planting. Like on GPS, it has it mapped out where you planted and where you didn't. Or like if there's point rows and you're coming into a bunch of point rows, it'll shut the row, each row off as it starts over planting where it was planted before. Or like the headlands, you can just pull, like when you start planting a field, you go the whole way around the outside and plant all the headland rows, then you start planting. And yeah, so it as you go out to the headlands, all the rows will shut off as soon as it crosses over anywhere where there was a row planted. And then you pick it up and turn around and put it down. And yeah, it's pretty neat how that all works. The idea of that is you save seed for number one, and whenever you overplant in another row, the yield isn't as good because the ears don't get as big where it's planted basically twice as thick. And so that's the idea behind it.
Somebody has to have a headache. Anyways, but that little white goat, she's a feisty little one. I think that she's a little bit littler. Maybe that's why she has to push her weight around. But she has 2 babies, and she's fussy. The other goats walk around there with their hair standing up. Like you see that brown one, she has her hair standing up. They're not nice. I think the chickens are getting into this gate. There's a wire there, but yeah, I'm not sure. The other goat outside, so they quit their fighting. And yeah, so now she's going to the door and look out because she knows she's outside. Here's my little babies waiting on their breakfast. They their mom got really sick, and we think maybe she had something like coliform mastitis or something, and we tried to treat her, but yeah, she didn't get better. But anyhow, so now we got 2 little waddle babies. They're like, it's breakfast time. This is a sad one. This mom had a baby yesterday, the day before, and somehow this feeder got moved over and it got on the baby, and the baby ended up dying. Anyhow, the baby died, and the mom just stood here and kept checking on it, and I figured, well, I'll let it here and she'll decide it's dead and move on. Well, she's still here. Or then yeah, so anyways, I think I'll just take it, and I think she'll be okay. This is her first time having a baby, and we were like, oh, maybe she would take care of the 2 little waddle babies. But goats are pretty finicky when it comes to things like that. They just don't they won't accept other babies. But anyhow, we got a whole bunch more babies out here. Oh, here's some babies. That's a mom that with her baby that she had last year. I think I scared them. Yeah, she had that baby last year. We're missing some babies. There must be some out in the pasture, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we still have, like, these 2 are gonna have babies. One had triplets yesterday. Oh, over here lays some more babies. One had triplets yesterday. She's in a pen by herself, and then but she lost the one baby. The babies are sleeping. We have a lot of the chocolate spotted ones. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I'm not sure. And then this white goat, she always has white ones, or white grayish ones. And here they're both billies. But anyhow, they're all sitting out here in the sun